They are occupying your mind in order to evict all the nonsense out of you. After all the nonsense is gone, the words of the sages also disappear on their own. What is left behind is a faint echo, the faintest of traces. That is what is sometimes referred to as anhad. The song is gone. Only a faint melody remains. It is next to nothing. You could simply put it this way, that the words of the saints are like cleansing agents. They come and remove all the rubbish, the clutter that is there in the mind. And having removed the clutter, those words, those songs too just disappear. They don't cling to the mind. They don't stay back after everything else is gone.
Can you speak about Sri Ram Krishna and Ramana Maharshi?
I can speak about anything that bothers or occupies the mind. Neither Ramana Maharshi nor Sri Ramakrishna are a botheration to the mind. They bring peace to the mind. They are a soothing balm. They are the zone of the all right. They belong to the already all right. So there is no point talking about that which is already all right. We must talk about that which is not all right. So we must talk about the things that trouble us and occupy us. If there is something particular in, let's say, Ramana Maharshi's teachings that you do not comprehend, then we can talk about it. Otherwise, talking about that which is akathya and achintya does not help. Akathya means that which cannot be talked of. Achintya means that which cannot be thought of. So why talk about that?
In the Gita there is mention of always uttering Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, and they say with that you can remain in Krishna consciousness. I sometimes find myself doing it. So is there anything to it?
Gita does not ask for such things.
So the book that I was reading, the author had just added.
I'm sure you are not talking of the original Sanskrit.
No, it was the interpretation of.
As that, they can add anything. Krishna is not acceptable to them. To them, their particular version of Krishna is acceptable. This is the greatest offense that one can commit against Krishna. The shlok says buddhi, and these fellows will write bhakti in the interpretation. Had Krishna wanted to say bhakti, he would have simply said bhakti. But he is saying buddhi. Such is the arrogance and such is the contempt for Krishna that these so-called Krishna lovers have.
The whole concept of chanting the mantra Hare Krishna, they say in a day you have to chant 16 times. One time it's 108. So they do this so sincerely, anywhere and everywhere.
Sincerely, one could do anything. There are terrorists and suicide bombers who are utterly sincere and genuine. So,
there is no essence to what they do.
has Krishna asked you to do all that? The word of Krishna is available to you. Go to it directly. See whether Krishna is asking you to do all those things.
But it's in Sanskrit. I don't know how to.
Don't read the interpretation, just read the translation. And to be sure, read multiple translations.
Even the chanting of Am and Am Shivaya, all this thing, does it really help us? Or is it just to keep the mind occupied?
If you are someone whose mind is very cluttered with nonsense, then you can give your mind some kind of a distraction to temporarily occupy it with something else. But that is no solution.
So there was this Shiva Sutras book where I had read where he had said, the author, I think Swami Subodhananda or somebody, he said, so Om Namah Shivaya. So Nama is the opposite of Mana. So when you are saying Nama, you are reversing the mind. And so this is a load of hogwash.
Then Yama Yama should be a great mantra. The greatest mantra should be Yama Yama Yama. No wonder this will bring only death to you. Yama Yama.
It's strange because they say about the Shiva Shabdam also. One will look, there is a sequence. They say that only through this Shabdam.
All this is so childish, is it not?
I don't know, because Patanjali, they say Patanjali has found his sutras only through this.
Has Patanjali said that? Has Patanjali said that? So about Patanjali, you want to hear from somebody else. About Krishna, you want to hear from somebody else. You don't want to go to Patanjali directly. Some problem with that? You don't want to directly read the Shiv Sutras or the Yoga Sutras. You want to read interpretations and others' opinions on that. Is that wisdom? Is that even love? If you love someone, do you want to hear it directly from him? Or do you need middlemen in between? If you love Krishna, go to his word directly. See what Krishna himself is saying.
What about chanting of these kind of mantras with devotion? It has been said by many saints.
I have already answered that. If the mind is cluttered, you can use the chanting as some kind of a temporary and useful distraction. But no amount of jap, recitation, or any other activity can be a substitute of living the right life. If you are living wrongly, your company is not right, your livelihood is not right, and then you occupy yourself with a lot of spiritual practices, they are obviously not going to help.
You said about it's just for the cluttered mind. I'm just asking you because a lot of saints, like even Maharashtra Abhangs, they sing the praise of Lord Hari, chant Lord Krishna, like Ram. Many saints have sung across India.
Correct.
It's not about only one place.
Correct.
They all say that by chanting this, it will take you to the state of devotion and it helps you to...
Right. So that is what is to be understood.
Purpose.
Chanting is not the end. Chanting must take you somewhere. Chanting can give you a glimpse. Chanting is a small demonstration. Then you must be prepared to permanently enter the right state. And that is a 24-hour state. Chanting can't be 24 hours, right? That means there has to be a total transformation of life. If peace is to be with you 24 hours, then you cannot be found in the wrong neighborhood, in the wrong profession, in the wrong kind of dealings, consuming the wrong kind of information and news. So all that has to change, right? What is then the right purpose of the temporary peace that comes to you through chanting? That temporary peace should induce in you a great desire for permanent peace. You should say that if the glimpse is so very blissful, then the total thing, the real thing, will be absolutely fantastic. That is what the saints wanted. They said, by recitation you will get a hazy glimpse. And then if you are loving and sincere, then that glimpse will transform your entire life. But unfortunately, we are very clever beings. We have misused the words of the saints. So what we are saying is, if a glimpse is available through chanting, then why do I need to pay a great price? Transformation of life involves paying a huge price. We don't want to pay the whole price. We say that if a glimpse of peace is easily available through chanting, then why should we take trouble and pay the whole price? So what does man do in his cleverness? He continues in his old ways, and the old ways are troublesome. So he uses chanting to somewhat alleviate the trouble. The way we live, there are bound to be troubles. And when there are troubles, what do? We enter into some method of meditation or chanting or something. And that gives us some temporary relief. And when we get that temporary relief, that emboldens us to continue with our old ways. So life never changes. chanting just gets superimposed upon the old patterns of life. So the saints were simple people. They gave us simple methods. But man is cunning. Man has appropriated and misused their simple methods. Now, you could not be sitting in a butcher's shop and chanting all day. But that's what man does. Look at how we live. We live in the butcher's shop. And when all the violence and all the ugliness gives us trouble, we adopt some method of meditation. And as soon as we start feeling a bit peaceful, we again start chopping the flesh. We have turned even peace into an instrument of violence.
In childhood, we used to see this, read about this thing where people used to say, even a butcher man's son, when he grows up, he becomes a butcher himself. And it is his karma or his dharma to continue butchering, because that is what his life was.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
They say kartavya, kartavya.
Where is dharma then? Where is dharma? Krishna says very clearly, Kartavya is only for those who do not know dharma. And even amongst dharmas, the only right dharma is to simply follow Krishna. So first of all, no kartavya is bigger than dharma. And if there are multiple dharmas that you are confused with, then there is only one right dharma. Follow Krishna. Mamekam sharanam vraj. Follow me. Or is he saying follow the tradition of butchering? So, all this is just traditional nonsense. That if you are a butcher's son, you must continue to be a butcher. Yes. Pathetic.
When you say follow Krishna, what are the things you can help us identify what to do?
We answered that in the first question today. What is Swadharma? Avoid being lured away by the bodily tendencies and the mental conditioning. If that is something you can avoid, then Krishna is already in front of you.
Can we call you also as Krishna?
There are so many people who are called as Krishna.
Not call.
You can do that. If that helps you, you can do that.
But the realm of the master is one.
And it can have no name. But if it helps you, you want to give a name, you may give a name. Anyway, there is so much name calling. So, It's not that, we don't really know. It's just that we get overpowered. Obviously, tomorrow morning you will not be the same people that you are right now. It is too much to expect that this same meditativeness and silence would be found tomorrow as well. But retain at least something of what you are right now. If you can retain even a bit of this, then you will find that a great change is arriving. It's almost like a different life, a rebirth. One feels very fresh, very alive, like a newborn, maybe. It's very easy to get sucked in. Now there would be the traffic, the journey, and the resumption of the old roles and duties. And you will get co-opted, which is all right. But do retain something of this. In the foreground, all that will again occupy you. Let this run, at least in the background. People totally forget. And that is a very strange kind of infidelity. Then it is almost like a 3-day love affair. 3-day love affair with God. And then he is forgotten. Huh? It's all right to be distracted. It's another thing to be disloyal.
What can I do to help the foundation right now?
Anything that really helps you would help the foundation. If help is real, then these two would necessarily align. The work of the foundation and work that helps you. The foundation is all about helping everybody, including those who are in the foundation. So obviously the foundation is succeeding only if you are being helped. So these two have to be very closely aligned. Figure out what is it that really helps you, and you will find that in that the foundation is a partner. That is the reason why contributing to the foundation is a very meaningless term. Contribution appears so one-sided. One person is contributing to the other one. It's rather about your own upliftment. And as you get uplifted, you will get more and more wisdom and courage and means to take forward the work of the foundation. Otherwise, you will find yourself helpless. Even with due intentions, you will not be able to do anything. Small things. Read a sutra every day or read an article every day. And if you have read it, then you can share it. But it begins with you reading it first of all. Read it, share it. That which is benefiting you is then reaching 20 others through you. But you will remember to share only if first of all you read. Bangalore group of the foundation after the Bangalore Vishranti. I suppose it is pretty much dormant. It is dormant because the basic activities are not taking place. What is the basic activity? Reading, knowing, watching. Read, know, watch, share. And from there, a lot can happen. Proceeding from there, you do not know what are the other great possibilities. Much can happen. But it has to begin with you. And this thing appears small and easy, but it will have very far-reaching consequences. If you can just keep a group of 10, 20, 30 people active, then you have caused a great difference to the entire consciousness of mankind. Simple, easy, and very effective.